Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my videos. Martial apologises after confrontation with Manchester United youth player. Martial recently had a training ground bust up. Manchester United fans want Martial to stay at the club. He's under contract with Man United until 2024. Anthony Martial has been at Manchester United since 2015. Manchester United got him from Monaco. Last season, Martial was out on loan with Sevilla. Martial hasn't played many games this season because he's had injuries. He's played around 7 games. Now, I want to give you some more news on Cristiano Ronaldo. So, Cristiano Ronaldo has offered himself to Real Madrid, which could be a sensational return. Ronaldo's already enjoyed one spell with Real Madrid. He enjoyed around a decade with them. Revert back to 2009, Real Madrid got Ronaldo from Manchester United for 80 million. Bayern Munich want to sign Ronaldo in January. It said the other week that Ronaldo and his agent George Mendes held talks with Bayern Munich. PSG also want to sign him, and Chelsea have been in for him. Now, Ronaldo's come out and said that I'll talk when I want to in the interview. He says he's bulletproof, and he denies a rift with Manchester United teammate Bruno Fernandes. Don't forget, Ronaldo said that he felt provoked by Erik ten Hag during the Tottenham game. He said that the Glazers don't care about Manchester United. They're only interested in money. I will agree with him on that aspect. Ronaldo said that he was close to joining Manchester City last year, but Sir Alex Ferguson asked him not to. Manchester City denied that Ronaldo was close to joining. Ronaldo also did insist that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should not have been sacked by Man United. Also in the interview, he hit back at Wayne Rooney following criticism. He slammed former Man United manager Ralf Rangnick, saying he's not even a coach. And he said he feels betrayed by the club. He does not respect manager Erik ten Hag, and he's been forced out. So they are a lot of the things that Cristiano Ronaldo mentioned. Erik ten Hag's already said that Ronaldo shouldn't play for Man United again. Well, Man United players expect Ronaldo not to be part of the squad when the Premier League resumes. Ronaldo played no part in the 2-1 win against Fulham because of illness, and he played no part in the 4-2 win against Villa in the Carabao Cup. Don't forget he missed a 1-1 draw with Chelsea earlier on this season as a punishment for him refusing to come on as a sub in the 2-0 win against Tottenham. If you do remember rightly, he stormed down the tunnel. Ronaldo's contract at Man United does expire next year. There's an option of an additional year. Ronaldo earns £480,000 a week. Manchester United re-signed him from Juventus last year. So Ronaldo has been in his second spell at Man United. He has 701 career goals. He's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. And obviously, you know the news on Alejandro Garnacho. Man United are set to give Alejandro Garnacho a new contract. This new contract will see him earn £50,000 a week. At the moment, Garnacho currently earns £5,000 a week. Alejandro Garnacho is under contract with Man United until 2025. He recently won Manchester United's Player of the Month award. He looks a very good run assets for the team. Don't forget Garnacho scored a late winner against Fulham. He got 2 assists against Aston Villa in the Cup. And he scored his first senior goal in the 1-0 away win against Real Sociedad. And revert back to around 6 months ago, Garnacho scored twice in the FA Youth Cup. Next year, a lot of players are going to depart the club. Ronaldo is going to be leaving. Like I said, Martial could be leaving. We'll get rid of Alex Telles permanently next year. He's out on loan with Sevilla at the moment, but revert back to when Telles was at Man United. He endured a difficult time. He was behind Luke Shaw. We'll get rid of Eric Bailly permanently next year. He's out on loan with Marseille at the moment, but revert back to when he was at Man United. He did endure a difficult time at the club. We'll get rid of Brandon Williams next year because he don't get in the team. Plus he's been out with injury last season. He was out on loan with Norwich. Next year we'll get rid of Axel Tuanzebe. He doesn't get in the team either. He's been injured last season, was out on loan with Aston Villa. He's endured like 3 loan spells with Villa. We'll also get rid of Phil Jones next year because he don't get in the team. Phil Jones has been at Man United since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. He's endured around 11.5 years at the club. He's out of contract next year. Harry Maguire, I think he'll go next year because he's no longer one of our first choice centre-halves following the arrival of Lisandro Martinez. He's obviously played games in recent weeks because obviously Varane's unavailable because of injury. But obviously when we don't start Maguire when Varane's not available, we start Lindelof. Harry Maguire's too inconsistent. Man United overpaid for him, got him for 80 million from Leicester. Maguire is under contract with Man United until 2026. When he officially signed for the club, he signed a 6-year contract. Last season, the vast majority of Man United fans were demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire. But Eric Ten Hag has already said that he's deciding to sell Maguire and Fred. Fred, as you all know, I've got my reservations about him. He's had his good games at United. The best game he's had this season was the 2-0 win against Tottenham by far. He's no longer one of our first choice centre midfielders following the arrivals of Casemiro and Christian Eriksen. But despite that, Fred still started games this season. He's played quite a few games alongside Casemiro. I recall him playing alongside Eriksen as well. Fred is in the final year of his deal. Manchester United got Fred from Shakhtar Donetsk in a deal worth around 52 million. We got him around 4 years ago. We brought him in under the Jose Mourinho era. And Wan-Bissaka, he's also on his way out of the club. Heard that he's going back to Palace. Bissaka cannot get in the team because Diego Dalot is Manchester United's first choice right back. Dalot was obviously unavailable in the game against Fulham because he was suspended, but Bissaka still didn't get in the team. We obviously decided to put Terrell Malacia at right back, and he was out of position because Terrell Malacia is predominantly a left back. Dean Henderson, I can see Manchester United getting rid of him permanently. He's out on loan with Forest at the moment and he's doing well. Revert back to when he was at Man United though, wasn't getting enough opportunities. Tom Heaton, I think we'll get rid of him as well. He's our third choice keeper now because Man United brought Martin Dubravka in on loan from Newcastle. Dubravka made his first appearance in the game against Aston Villa in the Cup. But Tom Heaton, you know, at the time Man United brought him in as a backup to David De Gea. Man United got him on a free from Aston Villa. I did say to you, didn't I, that David De Gea's future has been in doubt at the club. And I initially thought he was going to be leaving on a free at the end of the season, but it said not so long ago that David De Gea will accept a major pay cut to stay at Man United. David De Gea earns £375,000 a week. There's also, though, players that will stay at Manchester United next year and that. Like I said, De Gea I think will be staying now. Luke Shaw I think will stay at the club. You know, Luke Shaw's had good games this season. Luke Shaw's enjoyed around 9 years or so at the club, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. What?
Have you been getting any pictures of just been coming through?
No.
You have? You're on housekeeping? That Ben's on now, him who's 20 years old.
Yeah.
This is how you do it, look. But his name's Ben Lacey Ashworth. Right. And then you put your thing, what it is there at the bottom, look.
Yeah.
No, it's there now, well, staff kitchen, swept and mopped.
Yeah.
Look, that's his kitchen, but his back area mopped and dry mopped. You can sometimes put a dry mop over it if it's wet as well. You use white bucket for that.
Yeah.
Staff kitchen. Look.
Yeah.
And that's all you do soon. Some more pictures will come. You're on housekeeping, so it'll come to your phone as well as mine.
Yeah.
He'll be doing another job now, and soon your phone will buzz and it'll be an housekeeping picture.
Yeah.
It's easy. Dad, it's bouncing.
That's what I was just talking about. You had Luke Shaw, he's out of contracts next year and he is injury prone. Lisandro Martinez, he will be obviously staying at the club. He's done well since he come in. Manchester United got him from Ajax in a deal worth 57 million. I do think Lindelof will be staying at the club. Lindelof is under contract with Man United till 2024. Manchester United did get him from Benfica back in 2017 in a deal worth 31 million. Lindelof's been at the club for nearly, 6 years now. Rafael Varane, he'll also be staying at the club as well. Varane's done well since he come in, but he's had quite a lot of injuries as a Man United player and he's not available at the moment because of injury. I think Diego Dalot will be staying at the club now next year because, you know, he's our first choice right back under Ten Hag. He was also our first choice right back under Rangnick. And he's been impressive in a lot of games this season. Dalot's contract at the club expires next year. At one point, Dalot had a loan spell with AC Milan. Manchester United did get him from Porto for around 19 million. Christian Eriksen, he'll also be staying at the club. I think he'll see out his contract. Eriksen has done really well since he come to Man United. Don't forget he scored his first goal for the club in the game against Fulham and he also got an assist in that game. Manchester United got Christian Eriksen on a free transfer when he officially signed. He signed a 3-year contract. Terrell Malacia, he'll be staying at the club. He hasn't done too bad since he's come in. Obviously, he's in a battle with Luke Shaw for that left back position. Man United got Terrell Malacia from Feyenoord. Donny van der Beek, I think he will be staying at the club, but he doesn't get enough opportunities, does he? Last season, don't forget, Van der Beek was out on loan with Everton. We had to loan him out because we revert back to when we had Solskjaer. Van der Beek was just not getting enough opportunities. Man United got Van der Beek from Ajax in a deal worth 40 million. Casemiro, he'll obviously be staying at the club. He's made an impact. Casemiro scored 1 goal for Manchester United so far, and that came in the game against Chelsea. He scored in stoppage time, so he rescued a point for Man United. Man United got Casemiro from Real Madrid in a deal worth 70 million. Bruno Fernandes, obviously he will be staying at the club. He's had his good games this season, Fernandes. He's had his poor games as well. But like I've said so many times, Fernandes is a far superior player when Ronaldo is not playing. But when he's playing with Ronaldo, you can't seem to get the best out of him. Bruno Fernandes has been a Manchester United player for over 2 years. Manchester United got him from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Anthony, obviously he'll be staying at the club. Anthony's done pretty well since he come in. He's missed the last 4 or 5 games because of injury. Anthony so far has scored 3 goals for Man United. Man United did get him for around 86 million from Ajax. He's Man United's second most expensive signing ever, and he's the 4th most expensive signing in Premier League history. Marcus Rashford, he'll be staying at the club as well. I initially thought at first he was going to be leaving, but I am convinced Man United will extend Marcus Rashford's contract by January. Rashford's contract at the club expires next year. PSG have been interested in him. Rashford is enjoying a very good season to his standards. He just needs to be more clinical in front of goal. He's been far superior this season to how he was last season. Earlier on this year, Rashford got named Premier League Player of the Month for September. He's been part of the club for a long time. He's risen up our academy. He's been a United player since the age of 7, and he broke into our senior squad back in 2016. Rashford has over 100 goals, by the way, for Man United. He scored his 100th goal in the 1-0 win against West Ham. Alejandro Garnacho, he'll be staying at the club because, like I've mentioned, he looks a very good young asset. Don't forget, Garnacho scored a late winner against Fulham. He came off the bench. He got 2 assists in the cup against Villa, and he scored his first senior goal in the 1-0 win against Real Sociedad. And revert back to around 6 months ago, Garnacho scored twice in the FA Youth Cup. Man United is set to give Alejandro Garnacho a new contract. This new contract will see him earn £50,000 a week. At the moment, he currently earns £5,000 a week. And Garnacho is under contract with Man United until 2025. He recently won Man United's Player of the Month award. Jadon Sancho, he'll be staying at the club as well. Sancho has had his good games this season. He's had his bad games as well for United. He's not been available recently because he has been out with illness. Manchester United did get Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund in a deal worth 78 million with add-ons included. Anthony Elanga, I'm expecting him to stay at the club. You know, he's a winger. You know, he started some games this season, but I think he'll struggle to obviously get in the team now, will Elanga, because obviously we've got quite a few winners. You've got Sancho, Rashford, Garnacho, Anthony. You know, he'll find it difficult now. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, like, explore on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.